Hey, welcome back to No Bullshit Reviews. Today, I'm going to talk about the 2017 adaptation of Ghost in the Shell. Originally a manga by Shiro Masamune, adapted into two films by Mamoru Oshii in 1995 and 2004, as well as a few animated series and smaller level movies. My main exposure to the franchise is the Oshii films, which I absolutely adore. Now, I'm not going to discuss the cultural controversy this movie faced. All I'll say is that I honestly enjoyed the casting of this movie, particularly ScarJo and Pilou Asbæk's chemistry, and the casting of Takeshi Kitano, who is also a fantastic director in his own right. The film takes place in the not-too-far future, where technology has progressed to the point of cybernetic enhancements becoming commonplace among humanity. It follows Major Mira Killian, a woman who the only human part of her is her brain and her ghost, which is the franchise's euphemism for the soul. She is a part of Newport City's Section 9, a semi-secret governmental intelligence branch dealing with cybercrime. She and her squad are tasked with the capture of a cyber-terrorist calling himself Kuze. But as she gets closer, she comes to find her origins may not be what she thought. Now, in examining the film, I may get into spoilers, like the fact that she's actually a young Japanese woman named Motoko Kusanagi, and Hanka, the people who created her body, kidnapped her and wiped her memory to create some kind of perfect intelligence agent. Whoops! I mean, I don't feel that bad. I didn't reveal much more than the back of the DVD case already gives away, but I had to give that away to address certain themes present in the film and the franchise. Particularly the questions brought up about the nature of reality and the way we perceive it, how memory is how we see and shape who we are, how we can never know if what we perceive is actually real, and the questioning of the difference between fact and fantasy. One of my favorite scenes in the original 95 film is the questioning of the garbage man, which appears in this film, although I don't think it hits quite as hard. It was such a mindfuck to me that this guy had memories that were completely fictional, and how his personality could have been shaped by that implantation of those memories. I may have been reading more into that scene than necessary, but Batou's line about memories being the only reality we have really stuck with me. In this film, Batou just sympathizes with the man and says, at least he thought he had a kid.
Kuze's wiped his memory, and somehow installed a new reality.
At least he got to believe he had a kid.
Not as hard-hitting, in my opinion, which is kind of the problem with this movie. It's mostly just echoes of the already established stuff in the franchise. It may replicate stuff really well, but like the ghost dubbing in the 2004 film, it just doesn't have the soul of the original. However, I cannot honestly say that I did not enjoy this film. I did. I went in expecting a lot less, and I have to say I did not regret paying for a ticket to see it in a theater. The presentation was very impressive, especially the visuals. Weta again proves that they are the top dog in the effects games, with incredible practical effects. The visual effects are also great. As stated earlier, I really enjoyed the performances, particularly ScarJo and Asbæk. Another thing that really stuck out to me upon repeated viewings is the attention to detail and little references to the rest of the franchise. Some examples being the costuming in general, but specifically Major's costumes. Every costume she wears shows up in another iteration of the franchise. There were also, of course, fairly direct scene and shot lifts, specifically the opening and the garbage man fight, as well as the design of Arumaki's office. But there's even more, like the mention of Locus Solus in a split-second ad and the fly-through of the city. Major also uses Jericho 941 in the bar shootout, which is probably not by coincidence, as it was Batou's sidearm in the Oshii films. Batou's dog Gabriel is also the same breed as it was in the 2004 film. Speaking of shootouts and guns, I was a tiny bit let down by some of the action in this film, except for the opening shootout, which was a great callback to the original film and original manga, without being too on the nose. The bar shootout was also fairly decent. Really, my biggest complaint, action-wise, has to do with the garbage men scene. Not only does it not make sense that they are small-talking with fake memories when both of them are programmed sleepers, but also their guns look really bad. I appreciate the fact that they use blank-firing weapons in this sequence, which is something the bar scene could have used a little more of. But the design of what I assume are hardened cases to help the gun withstand high-velocity rounds, a point brought from the same shootout in the 95 movie, look really dumb. A great thing about the Ghost in the Shell franchise is the dedication the animators had to realistic-looking weapons. Even the fictional Saburo weapons looked functional. Somehow this movie made real functional weapons look worse than a cartoon gun, which is almost impressive. But other than that, the action was pretty good. There's other things I liked about the film. I liked that Arumaki only spoke in Japanese. I liked Kuze's finger gun motion in the tank scene, which I'm assuming is a reference to Cowboy Bebop, another great anime.
Bang.
I liked that Batou's car looked exactly like the one in the 95 film, which was cool as hell. I really enjoyed the use of Kenji Kawai's score from the original movie, which makes me sad that the score of this movie isn't going to be released. Overall, I liked this film. It wasn't my favorite entry to the Ghost in the Shell franchise, but it also wasn't my least favorite. Thanks. Bye.